Hello, beautiful world. Huge welcome from me, Isabella. Welcome to the Thursday with Beautiful series. And I just want to express extreme gratitude to you being here with me and to me being here as well. Today I've experienced a lot of technical difficulties to record this video, and as you can see, it's recorded very late, and that's why I'm even thankful twice as more, 10 times more than before. So thankfully I am here recording for you, and today we are going to talk about self-care practices. Especially I am going to little bit make a little mix in your brains, stating that there are 4 different kinds of self practices, and all of them are important, and all of them needs to be taken into consideration, serious consideration. So let's get going. Of course, we all know, we are familiar with the self-care practices such as taking bath, going to the spa resort, maybe getting massage, haircuts, manicure, pedicure, all these beautiful things, right? Just to make us feel better, just to make us feel maybe more beautiful, more feminine, dolled up, and just go to the world with better mood. However, those are just considered as a physical part of the self-care, meaning they really actually are just pieces of the actual self-care, and they are oriented toward physical body, towards our physical appearance. They are important. Don't take me wrong, as a fitness and healthy lifestyle coach, I cannot even say less than that. But I definitely need to also emphasize that yes, those things are important. I would love for you, if you in all those physical practices, you add a healthy maybe food choices, or maybe drinking more water, or maybe grabbing tea instead of coffee, basically taking care of your actual physical health as well, maybe getting a little more fitness, movements, stretches, yoga, walks, biking, whatever outdoor activities, whatever it is, just to increase that fitness level as well. So that would wrap up very nicely the physical part of the self-care. So what am I talking about when I said 4? There are four total. There are 3 more which are really important. I would say they are actually way more important, and they should be the ones to start with. Let me start with the next one. I would say I categorize them in the somehow, at least according to me, from the least important to the most important. So the least important, but don't take me wrong, all of them are important, was physical. Now we are going into mental. Mental self-care is very crucial as well. It's very important for our mindset health. So what I mean by that, we on top of making us look beautiful, we need to actually also work on the self-talk, on our language, on our thinking process, on our action taking behavior. All those things would be really important if they go together with your beautiful body image, right? So think about this, or think about this as that. So you look very beautiful, but then you are stating in front of somebody and talking about yourself in a very mean way. How does that look like? What does that feel like in the person or in you who would be possibly listening to that another person, right? It kind of don't match, it doesn't fit really. So it's really crucial and important that your physical appearance really fit and matches this what you are actually stating by your actions, behaviors, and words about yourself. So self-talk, language, behavior, action taking, basically doing what you are saying, being what you are saying, it's very important. It's important what you are telling yourself when you are by yourself, and it's extremely important to also watch what you are talking about yourself when you are amongst other people. And I would like to share during this video with few of my personal practices. They might be really unusual because I believe self-care is very individual and very personal and very intimate and very, very beautiful to develop and practice and make it your own beautiful ritual out of this. So I'm going to share with you a few of my personal one, which doesn't mean that you need to right away start doing them. If you feel that those could be nice and beautiful to add into your lifestyle, wow, I'm happy to help you out. If not, please think about yourself. Think about all those 4 layers we are going to go through today and see what you could do by yourself for yourself to work on those 4 layers to nurture and care about yourself and of yourself on those four areas. So in terms of mental thing, of course, affirmations, self-talk, positive pep talk towards yourself, talking about yourself in a positive way. Those are all mental ways of working on your mindset. In my case, the one which I really, really love practicing, which I really love including, and which I extremely value in my coaching program is giving myself compliments, self-complimenting. And it sounds easy or maybe not, but it's very also challenging because we have hardship sometimes to compliment others, but maybe not. We have extreme hardship to probably accept the compliment from other people towards us. But now think about this. How are you going to give compliment to yourself, right? So that could be very, very challenging. So I encourage you, if you are planning on starting with that, or at least trying, start slow and small. Start with simple, obvious things such as, I really love my colors on my nails, or I love my hairstyle today, or this actually worked really well today, or I like that dress I have it today on me. Start small before you jump into deep water, telling yourself how proud you are of yourself for accomplishing this amazing project, right? Or getting that reward as the best employee of the year, for example, because that may sound really a little too much at the beginning to start with. Start small, but self-complimenting, it is a beautiful, beautiful practice. It is really humbling, but also encouraging and beautiful and very feminine too, very like aligned with your internal state. Once you do it well, once you do it kindly, once you don't judge, and once you really do it what you feel, you don't just drop some statement and don't believe in it. Make some nice compliment to yourself which you really truly believe it is true. The second level, or actually third layer of self-care, is emotional, and that's also very huge. Emotions. I already talked about emotions, that there are no bad or good emotions at all. All of them are there for us to teach us something, show us something, maybe warn us before some events, give us some perspective of something, or maybe slow us down so that way we can actually, before making decision, think about this, maybe basically retouch and connect with that intuition and see why this anxiety or little hesitations is there, right? Those emotions are always there to show us something. So how to care of that emotional state of ours? This is really also very, very tricky, but very challenging. Challenging, but very rewarding. Start your day, or during the day even, especially when you start revisiting something or feeling some emotions, start with one word check-in. All right, how do I feel right now in my body? Right now. One word check-in with your body. How do I feel right now in my body? Anxious, happy, fulfilled, uneasy, whatever it is. One word. Once you state that, ask yourself further on, what can I do? What could I do right now to make that emotions either more like extended, Let's say if you feel happy, you would like to feel more happy, or how to make myself feel less anxious, or how to make myself more maybe brave when you feel a little bit discouraged or kind of slow or afraid. So that second question is like, what can I do right now, small thing right now, which could alleviate or extend the emotion you are expressing and you are feeling right now in your body. And for me, very personal is so-called free writing, journaling. Free writing basically is the writing when you just jump into the journal and start writing. Start letting your hand write whatever it's coming down from your heart and mind, and without analyzing, thinking, and judging. Once you write this down, say it. Start with that one word. What do you feel in your body right now? That one check-in word. And then start writing. Keep writing for 5 minutes. That's it. And see how many another emotions are falling and are pouring on that paper. It may be really a lot of them. And of course, next one is, what can I do to make myself feel better, feel more happy, feel less anxious, whatever it is? What can you do to help yourself right now? Again, start small and start slow. Be kind, non-judgmental, and start with things which are accessible to you. You don't need money, you don't need anything external to practice self-care. It could start with simple tools such as giving yourself a tea, because maybe you are right now anxious or maybe a little uneasy and you are afraid that caffeine will make you a little bit jittery and so on. Give yourself tea, sit, balance out, maybe give your body a little bit breather, maybe get yourself a 10 breaths in and out, deep ones, so you can calm down. Maybe jump out because you are happy, maybe go to the bedroom and scream into the pillow because you are angry. Whatever it is, it could be done right away without having any additional tools and money even included in it. So that's emotional state. And the last but not the least, and I would even say the most important, is the spiritual level, spiritual self-care. This is really, really huge. And what I mean by that, I don't mean any religion, connecting to God, praying to God, and so on. In this case, I talk about taking care of your spirit, your spirit, your spirit. So what can you do to connect to your higher self more? What could you do to connect to your spirit more? What could you do to listen to it? What could you do to ease it out? What could you do to listen to it, to hear it, to be with it? And those could be really, really, really challenging, because many of us are totally disconnected from the soul, from spirit, from intuition, from listening to inner voice. We are. And that could be very challenging. By the way, if you have any challenges with those practices, hit me up right away, and I will be more than happy to share with you alternatives, to give you any another advice, to ask you what's the challenge, and maybe kind of figure out where is the block that you are experiencing so you cannot move into it. Whatever it is, hit me up, comment below, hit me up on my social media, and even in the show notes I'm giving you my email address so you could write personally right away to me into my inbox. Anyway, let's go back to that spiritual part. So that is very, very crucial for many of us. And for me, very personal one is one practice which I found it the best out of any practices I teach, preach, and make my clients do. It's called doing nothing. All right, simple, huh? Doing nothing. How can you possibly do nothing? Okay, doing nothing except for breathing, because we need to breathe. How does that work? I lie down on the floor and I literally do nothing. I stare at the ceiling or at the walls. I breathe. That's it. When there is any thought coming in, when there is any planning, judgment, analyzing coming into my brain, into my mindset, I talk to it. Leave me alone. Right now I'm having few minutes of doing nothing. I just want to rest. Just leave me alone. I'm going to come back to you soon. If you feel some emotionality going on, talk it to it as well. Hey, I feel uneasy, I feel angry, I got it, I'm going to deal with this, or I'm going to experience that in a minute. Can I just do nothing right now? Leave me alone, give me some space for a minute. Talk to it, personalize it, talk to it seriously, and talk it out of your way, and just lie down and do nothing. I cannot probably emphasize more how beautiful this practice is. And I'm sharing with you, and I'm not sure if there are any other coaches telling you to do that, but oh my gosh, if you will become a master in doing nothing from time to time, I will be in the full respect of you, because believe me, this is the easiest, the cheapest, the most accessible thing we could possibly have on this planet, yet the least used and the hardest probably possibly for anybody out there. Because we are on so rushing that for us doing nothing, not thinking, not doing, not feeling, sounds like not existing, right? So try it. Start very slowly. Start very tiny, with a minute, with 2 minutes. Simply make sure you're not distracted. Remove distractions. Put music away. Put headphones away. That would be probably the best thing you could do for yourself. And the second, very personal also part of it, is connecting to my inner child. The inner child connection is so beautiful, yet again, very hard for many of us who were disconnected from it for so many years. But once you get there, it's so beautiful because it brings back to your life the attributes which we long time forgot about it. Because we became adults, right? And we shouldn't because we are adults. So for example, joyfulness, playfulness, creativity, dancing, being innocent, being dreamy, daydreaming, believing, smiling, having fun without any actual reason. That's something what we were doing when we were kids. Once we grew up, we were told that we are now adults and we need to behave properly. We should be professional, we should be more serious, and da-da-da-da. Where is this coming from? Don't ask me. I talk about the rule books and shoulds in my previous videos, and wow, yes, we do put a lot of restrictions on us. And how cool would that be to be little more playful, have little more joy and dance maybe in our life. And it doesn't need to be in the middle of the day when you are just about to meet your boss. I'm not talking about that. Obviously, we need to be professional at some points, right? But when you get home, maybe you can, peel off all those layers and become yourself for a little bit. Become that inner child who is inside of you, but we are kind of pushing it down so badly. So inner child practice, it's beautiful practice, which I'm also teaching in my coaching programs. And again, right now I just needed to wrap it up in very short explanation. What is it? I promise I'm going to give you another coaching session, another coaching Thursday with beautiful video on just inner child, because this is really, really, really amazing, important, and very cool part of any coaching, because I enjoy watching my clients to become finally like free and light, because they can flow, they can dance, they can sing, they do something what they didn't do for so many years, and they feel like themselves finally free. And does that sound cool? To feel free and light? Wow, I've got shivers even. Anyway, those were my 4 layers of self-care and couple of examples of how to implement those in everyday life for you, my personal practices, and there are plenty of other practices out there. I wrote 2 blogs on that topic. One is dealing with like rituals and routines. Another is more like recap of this video. I'm going to put both links into it. I'm going to put the link into the video about those shouldn't and those restrictions we are putting on ourselves as well. So you get all these things what I'm talking about. And I would be really, really happy if you could share with me anything, any of your experiences, especially the experiences with self-complimenting and doing nothing practices, because those are blasts, those are life transformational, extremely, yet very challenging. Hit me up if you have any questions, because I am here to help you out. I am here to help you out. So feel free to share this video also with whoever you think it may help. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And I am really happy spending this late evening with you, coaching you on those beautiful practices. One more time, again, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you feel like this is something that may resonate with you. And with that, I want to just finish to emphasize and tell you one more time, you matter. And you matter so much that you deserve to give yourself those self practices, rituals and routines at least for a few minutes every day, so that way you can nurture your body from all the way deep inside, from your spirit, soul, through your heart, mindset and external physical appearance as well. Thank you so much. You have a great night, and I see you in the next video. I love you all.